Oh, could you turn off that AC for me? Nobody better not say shit about my weed. Okay, here we go. You can take that off. No. It's just so you can hear yourself. Take it off!
This is the P.L.U.R podcast, episode 14. What's up, GMP gang? It's your girl, Give Me P.L.U.R, and coming up on this episode, we sit down with Mama Melanin and learn why minority representation matters and how her community adds value to the EDM scene. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the P.L.U.R podcast. It's your girl, Give Me P.L.U.R, and I'm here with Serena Harris. She is a beautiful melanated woman to talk about her wonderful group called Melanin Ravers. Go ahead and tell us all about it, bitch.
Well, like I said, hold on, sorry. Well, like she said, yeah, I'm a hot mess. But like this beautiful queen said, my name is Serena Harris. I do go by Rena. However, when you see me at a festival or a rave, I go by Gaia. Got that name at Escape in 2018. It was like my first rave name. It was really great. So I embodied that, and that's who I am. So if I introduce you as Gaia, and then later on I tell you my name is Rena, whatever. So I answer to Serena, Rena, or Gaia. Or some people now call me Mama Melanin, especially in the Melanin Rave group. People like, Mama Melanin.
Yeah, I heard you just got a sweatshirt with Mama Melanin.
Yes, I have a couple merch that's coming in. I have a t-shirt from Headbanger Ravewear, who is owned by a Melanin Raver. She made me a custom tee that says Mama Melanin on it.
Nice.
University Customs, they made me a jersey with Mama Melanin, and it has the logo on the front and the back. So even if, like, my hair is covering the front, you can see who I am from the back, and like, oh no, that's Mama Melanin, let me go talk to her. And like, hopefully soon enough, me and Headbanger Ravewear actually are going to be collabing on the Melanin Raver, a little mini collection for her company, so that people can like cop tees, and like, I want to support Melanin Raver. So when we it's like a Melanin Raver uniform,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like we're gonna come and do like a really cool design and get together and like print some tees and stuff like that, and this.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. I really want one. I know you guys have some fans too.
Yes.
Like, I'm not a fan person, but I do think it's
they're
really
a nice
pretty
accessory, and plus I feel like fans are really cool because of the fact that you stay cool, especially when it's like hot, and like if you're like in a hot area, or like even when you're closing in a club or something like that, like you want to start cooling people down. People like start overheating, especially like if they're like on like under the influence, and they're like getting really hot and dancing. From dancing and this being tired. Like that's one way to kind of like, I feel like it kind of helps them out. People like to clap the fans and stuff like that, but I feel like it's essential because like it keeps you from overheating, and like, so I just like, but One Stop Rave, we teamed up and made a Melanin fan. We're going to come out with another one. I kind of want to have one. I want one that's really cool under UV light. So like, I thought that would be really cool. So I'm going to be working with them really soon. Again, they actually support Melanin Ravers. They love what we do. They like stand behind it. And so like, I like the fact that they love what I do, and I love what they do. And like, we work together and like do some cool shit. So
awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about melanin. What is melanin?
Well, when I think of melanin, I think of this color. Like when nowadays, when you think about melanin, you think about black people, you think of like dark tones. Melanin is basically like something that's in your body that gives you that color. So like when you think of that, like you associate it like melanin color, because that's what it is this something in your body that's like, but nowadays people think, even before Melanin Ravers even came about, when you think about melanin, you automatically think of like the darker complexion. You don't think of this like someone is like white and then they have a little bit of color. You automatically assume, like, have that assumption like, oh, that's like black, like African American, or like this dark skin, like somebody that's really rich in color, right.
Awesome. So what with all those adjectives that you just described, like how is that parallel or align with the name Melanin Ravers? Like, what made you come up with that name?
I wanted something that stuck out and I didn't want a generic name. It's so simple to have a Black Ravers, Black Raver page. I wanted something that's like, because Black people are this so unique, we stand out. I was like, when like I said, when you think of melanin, you think of darker tones, you think about darker skin complexions. So I was just like, Melanin Ravers, that just rolls off the tongue, that sticks in your mind, like melanin, that it stays with you. So like when I was in the process of making Melanin Ravers, that's the first word that came to me. It was like, it shows more than just one color. Like this, how can I say this without sounding like ridiculous? Is this? It makes you think of not just like a dark skin tone. You think of all shades. Like Melanin Ravers, because Black people are not just one color. Like we vary from shade to shade. So it's just like, I didn't really want to. I already knew like a Black Raver page was already created. But I was like, I want something that stuck out and was still unique and something that's beautiful. So like when we were like going back and forth about the name, I was like, the first one was like Melanin. Like that's it, Melanin Ravers. That was it, and then it's just stuck.
And it has stuck. You've been interviewed on different magazines and publications. I just read your interview with EDM World Magazine. It was such a good piece. If you guys listening, if you get a chance to read that piece, it is really, really good. You go ahead and you can get like pretty much all the information that we're going to be talking about, and a little bit of flair from Fifi Green, who is the writer of the piece. She is a great writer. I really like how she described your group. It's really good. But like I said, you've been sticking out. People have been reaching out to you, doing promotions, got merch coming out. You've been getting interviewed. Like, how does that feel to be like a star? And you know what I'm saying?
It's something I'm still getting used to. When I was growing up, I was never like looked at that way, like, oh my god, it's like I just like I was really the underdog. Like even with like family, even with friends, I was not someone like you would remember in some sense. So like it kind of like messed with me a little bit. Like I didn't feel as special, or I didn't feel like I was not popular. I was very low key and stuff like that. So like it stuck with me, and I kept myself that way for the longest. So like when people are like, oh my god, like get so excited to see me, they reach out to me, they want to meet up with me, they love when they want to like interview me, they want to work with me. I'm like, wait, me? Like you really want to work with me? Like out of all these people, and it goes with a lot of insecurity, like in a lot of things that like I've been through in life. It kind of just like now like I'm on the opposite side of that. Like I don't feel that way anymore. So but it still sits with you in the back of your mind, like, wow, these people actually see me for who I am. They love they love my personality, because people thought like I was just like this little weird like Black girl. I was like, no, they didn't think it made me feel like I wasn't special enough to be like noticed. So like it was just like how like I was bullied a lot. So it's just like, so now people are like, wow, like, who is this gem? Like, I want to work with her. I want to be around her. I was just like, what? Really? Me? Nah. Like, so like, it's still like, even when like people reach out to me like, hey, can we work together? Like, I love what you do with Melanin Ravers, or I love like the message that you have on your personal page, or like anything like that. It's just like, it's Melanin Ravers and my personal brand is like a way for me to heal and like bring positivity into my life, into other lives. And like it's been like a healing process. Like, so me starting like EDM has like definitely kind of helped me with a lot of things, like a lot of issues that I have been dealing with. I'm so honored, even if somebody just like will reach out to me like, hey, I read that interview, that was really great, or I love that photo that you took, or I saw you, I love what you do with Melanin Ravers, or I saw you like repping Melanin Ravers, like you out here working, you're hustling. And like, so when people acknowledge me, it makes me feel really great. And it's like make me really feel like I'm just not like some like invisible person. Like I'm actually being seen, and like it makes me feel good. It really does.
That's awesome. I feel you on that. It feels good when people notice you and, you know, appreciate the hard work and energy that you're putting into a group like this, because you said something about your message, like people are vibing with it, they understand it, they're supporting it. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your message? What is the purpose of Melanin Ravers?
So the one thing I haven't really, I spoke about it a few times, but the same weekend that I did create Melanin Ravers, I was at EDC, obviously. I lost my grandmother, and the one thing she always told me to do was, even when I was younger, even the day she passed, like, she was like, you need to do something for your community, because right now we look like we are never in the positive light. It's always something like we doing something reckless, we're doing something crazy, like we're causing trouble, so she's like, always do something good for your community and do something positive. Show always put like our people in a positive way. Like, so that really stuck out with me, and so like I try to do that everywhere I go. If I can't support someone within my own community, I will, within my means, then whatever. So when I started Melanin Ravers, and the one thing that I strive with Melanin Ravers in my personal life as well is to uplift and give love, because you never know what somebody's going through. So if I see someone out and I reach out to another Melanin Raver, or because like I said, you just never know what people are going through. So I'll be like, oh my God, you look so beautiful, I love you. So like I try to keep that within myself as well, like try to like be the more positive one, because like it attracts, it spreads. And so with Melanin Ravers, I just really wanted to like make sure we keep our community in a positive way. Because like anything could go wrong and it just tarnish, you know what I mean? Like I try to keep Melanin Ravers in like a positive light, because like I said, one negative thing can come out and then everything it's so hard to like maintain a positive image when something negative come out, positive. Right. Yeah. So I really do strive to like make sure like how I am in real life is how I make sure Melanin Ravers is ran. We show nothing but positivity. We do not create any drama. We do not do anything, like we do not tear another person down, even no matter what the race are.
Right.
We don't, that's not me. Like if I notice it, I'm gonna stop it. Like if it's like I'm like, I can't do that. Like that's not what P.L.U.R is. Like you don't want to be sitting here like tarnishing another raver or another person in general. Like I just, like for what? Like what do you get out of that?
Exactly.
And like, so like I rather sit here and just be nothing but talk about nothing positivity and like love and all that stuff, and like why, like I want to keep that around versus just just talking crap about somebody, because what at the end of the day, what do I get out of that? I get nothing.
I feel you on that. Especially you mentioned some about how Black people are a lot of times put in a negative light in the media. Like that's a historical trend, and it really tarnishes our just our name, our how the world views us, and it puts us in a weird situation sometimes.
Yeah.
And to have a page like yours where you get to promote Black ravers, let people know that they do exist, because they aren't really like posted that much on other pages.
Absolutely not.
And give them a place to belong. Like give Black people a place to belong and feel safe and feel like, hey, like
you're not like
I'm
the
not
black
alone.
sheep or like some weird person. No, you're beautiful, you're special, and you're treasured. Like that's the one thing like Melanin Ravers give homes to like ravers that don't feel like they have one. Okay. Like especially with, even if they're not obviously of a Black raver, like it still gives them like, oh my God, this place makes me feel like I have a place to belong, because the message that comes behind it, and it radiates more with Black ravers, because obviously like EDM music is not something like we're grown to listen to, even though it is created by us, but it's just like we have that stereotype that we're supposed to only listen to like hip hop and rap and gospel, like all this stuff, like EDM music. That's not us. That's not something that no, we can't have that. You know what I mean?
When house and techno was created by Black
exactly.
people,
so
right.
It's just like now that it's being a little bit more popular and stuff like that, people still don't see it as something that Black people are supposed to be listening to.
Right.
Something that we're not even supposed to be making music that we're not supposed to be making or like listening to, dancing to. Festivals like this, we're not supposed to go to that. You know what I mean? So, it kind of like just no.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Now tell me this: what about? Now you said you guys make sure that you don't make other races feel like any type of way. You don't tear them down. Do you, now I know you only post Black people on your page. Do you post any Latinas, or is it just strictly African descent people that you post?
Most of it is African descent. There's nothing like against like other races like Latinos and stuff like that, but I've like when I thought about it and like when the ideal actually came to me to actually create it, is like it made more sense because we're like the really hidden gems in the EDM community. So like I really wanted to mainly focus on the African community versus like, but eventually like Melanin Ravers may expand and create something else and make more people more like feel welcome versus like I feel it is kind of weird because a lot of people like that are like deep in color or like will reach out to Melanin Ravers like, hey, can we be posted? And like it just puts people in like that weird, like put me in that weird awkward place. I'm like, okay, like
right.
yes,
but it is what it is. Like the page is curated for Black people because minorities aren't really represented. There is no minority representation in the promo pages or even on the promotion for festivals. It's not really
right.
They're like slowly doing a little bit better. I do like, that's why I kind of like, me personally, I like iHeartRaves because like they're one of the first, they're the biggest like rave brand, but they're one of the first people to start putting Black people in their their propaganda. Like they have now. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's like I see like girls with curly hair, darker skin.
Yeah,
they try to be more inclusive, but like just your everyday rave brand, there's not a lot of Black people in there, which representation does matter because
it does.
If you don't see people that look like you
don't want to shop there.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like like some places, some of these festival brands, they do like have really great stuff, but it's like so hard like for you to see yourself wearing that when you don't have nobody that looks like you, no matter if you're curvy, no matter if you're Black, Hispanic, white. Like it's hard because like you see only one type of person, like they have like that niche.
Yeah.
So like when you want to shop there, it's like, wait, can I see myself wearing this?
Yeah.
It really does. At the end of the day, that comes like within yourself. Like I'm gonna buy that anyways. I'm gonna buy it and like I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna rock it. And that one way, like I feel like that breaks barriers with like companies and like within like, oh wow, this beautiful Black girl or this beautiful curvy girl is rocking the heck out of her products, and like like so they make, and then we get reposted, but we don't get reposted all the time. So it's like that's why Melanin Ravers have been created, because like when you look at these pages, you really don't see us, and sometimes I feel like, not to be controversial, but I feel like some of them post just to put a band-aid on it, like, oh, we've been posting nothing but one race. Right. Let's throw a curvy girl in there just to kind of like not have people come after us.
Yeah,
that's like I pick up on that. That's my personal opinion, but sometimes I feel like a lot of companies do that out of convenience for them to kind of stay in the good light, versus they really truly care about diversity,
right,
of all shapes and sizes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty tough. That's a pretty tough topic to talk about because how can you tell? Like, how do you know? But as a Black woman, like, you can tell. Like,
you pick up on that real quick.
Like, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Like, like if they just phony kicking it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as, not posting any other races, like, have you had any, like, backlash from anybody? Has anybody ever, like, said anything like, oh, you should be all inclusive, you're trying to, like, make it a racial thing? Like, have you ever had any of that?
Not far as like Melanin Ravers and what they represent. It's more like when we talk about the reason why Melanin Ravers is created. It's not like, oh, you only post Black people. What is that? Like,
right.
It's more like, well, no, they're there. What do you mean? Is this like you don't understand it? So like we have to like. There's times where we have to like stick up for ourselves for Melanin Ravers and like Black Ravers in general, where we're like, no, we go to these raves, but when you sit down and actually look at like videos and like promotional pages, like when you look at all these little these companies and like the social media pages, do you see us?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see us? And then sometimes we just don't feel like we in the Indian community. Now it's a little bit changing, but like some of us who've been in the game for a little minute, you didn't get that vibe. Like, I'm gonna see like, is this gonna be you? Like, am I gonna be the only Black person there? You know?
Yeah.
So like when we actually sit down and like tell you this is why Melanin Ravers created, we're not here to say we're the superior ones. We're just like here to be like, no, we want to be seen because we deserve to be seen. We're not being placed anywhere else. And so like we're not trying to like separate us. We're just trying to make it like, no, we're here. Like we're letting you know, hey, Black girl, Black Rave over here.
Right.
We out here. Like, and like that's kind of like how I see it. Like I don't see like, oh, I'm this here, this show, like fuck y'all.
Yeah.
We don't care about y'all. It's not, at the end of the day, it's not about y'all. It's not about that.
Right.
It's more like showing
It's
representation.
Yeah.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not nothing deeper than that. And I appreciate the page because it's beautiful. Like, and I find so many people, you know, who look like me or who are Black women or Black men who I never thought, you know, were out there. Like it's so cool to see the different types of like Black people out there who go to these events and like where they are, like all their different styles. And I also kind of feel like Black people, we add a different value to the scene as far as like just our cultural background, like our styles and like our vibe is different, so we just add a different flavor to it.
Right.
So it's just cool to see how like Black girls dress and how they like set up
put their spin on it. Yeah,
I think it's like really dope. And a lot of them put like, you know, like African print, like they wear their afros and put flowers in them. Like I just think that it's really cool to get your page is like a one-stop shop for that.
Yeah, it makes me cry. Like I get emotional when I actually like go through the page, and I'm like, every once in a while it humbles me. It makes me, if I'm just having a bad day or I'm just like stressed and like I'm busy and I want to make sure Melanin Ravers is like perfect, and it stressed me out, and I just go back and it's like, this is worth it. Like I literally sit there and like shed a little tear, a little gangster tear, because it's like, look at this beautiful page, like all these beautiful Black ravers being posted, and like just, it makes me cry because like all that hard work is being seen, like, and then that representation is at the end of the day is being seen as well. So like this, going through that page and just seeing it over and over and over again, like I literally would go scroll into like the first post. Like that's how much I go back and look at Melanin Ravers all the time.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're passionate about it.
I am. I'm so passionate about it.
But tell me this, what are some of the like the most rewarding things that have happened to you since you've started? Like what's awesome that's been happening?
Just meeting beautiful souls everywhere. Like, not even like, there's people coming up to me and like, oh my God, thank you so much for creating Melanin Ravers. I get told, like, even from other races, telling like other Black people, you need to follow Melanin Ravers. Like I remember my good friend at EDC Vegas 2019, he came up to me like, hey, this white waver came up to me and was like, you need to follow Melanin Ravers. He was like, I actually friends with her. You're like, oh, really? That's so great. Like you're friends with Rena. That's great. That's awesome. Like, and I was like, I need to find out who this person is, because the fact that they still like, no matter, because it's a Black raver page, they still understands where this like the message is coming from, and they try to spread that around. And I thought it was really cool. And so like meeting people, like I run up to people all the time. Like I don't like, I'll stop you like, hey, follow Melanin Ravers. Like, do you like, you know? So just meeting people and having them and hearing their stories. Like I get told by other people, or they come to talk to me and like, listen, if I was like, someone even told a friend of mine that they almost gave up raving until she was doing the takeover for me for Electric Zoo. She went and talked to her like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing the takeover, I'm repping Melanin Ravers, you know, it's a Black raver page. And she literally broke down in tears. It's like, I almost gave up raving, and now I feel like I actually have a place that I belong. And like, she's a really beautiful soul. So like, just hearing the stories and meeting people and like vibing with them. That's always at the end of the day. That's great. Like I just love like meeting everybody, especially like there's so many of you guys that follow, and like there's so many to meet and like get to know. So like sometimes like I feel like I just keep getting more and more cousins, because that's why I call Melanin Ravers followers. I don't call them followers. I don't like, we're cousins. We're cousins. We're cousins. So I get like more and more cousins every time I see y'all. So that's like awesome.
Yeah, that's totally a black thing too.
It is. Cousin, what up?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're family. We're fam.
So do you run Melanin Ravers by yourself?
No, I do not. At first I was like the first couple of days, Melanin Ravers, because I could handle it at the time, because it's like, oh, it's a brand new page.
Yeah.
But then I ran into Jasmine, who is my co-creator. I met her before Melanin Ravers actually. We crossed paths on the social media, and I reached out to her because she was a shuffler, and I really love her vibe, and I love who she was as the person. Like, hey, I just started this page called Melanin Ravers. I would love for you to come and help me run it. There was another one. I met her after the page started. She kind of jumped in because she was like, oh my God, a Black Raver page? Yes, I'm on it. And it was us three for about almost a year. And then for EDC, we got Alex, who go by Candy Diva on Instagram. Yep. She's really awesome. She's really fun and crazy. I love it. And she stands behind Melanin Ravers. She go hard for Melanin Ravers. And then there's Crystal, and then Anastasia. She goes by Bass Kitty on Instagram.
Okay.
And it's a team of women, Black women, running Melanin Ravers right now. And
okay.
So with me having more things to do for Melanin Ravers, I don't really post that much because of the fact that I'm trying to perfect something else. So I have them help me run it so I only have my 2 scheduled days, and then after that they just run it on my behalf. And nice. They reach out, if they're going out to an event, like they'll do like a takeover, or if they're like at a festival that I'm not intending to, or whatever, they kind of like do what I do when I'm not able to. So it's a really great team.
That's awesome. So what are some of the strategies that you like have in place in order to like keep people coming and
engaging? I learned that a lot. I learned that when I first started Melanin Ravers, is just being on Instagram itself, like engaging, and like that's what making the page something that you want to come back to.
Yeah.
You don't want, like, not to say rave content is boring content, but like when you put your spin on it and make it more engaging for somebody to come back to, and like, oh my God, I got to come back to this page, because there's so many other Black Raver pages. So like how I do it is like I prefer to want to engage with my followers, and I want to be like, if I go out, I'll be like, hey, follow Melanin Ravers. Yeah. Or like, it's all about engaging, promoting, and just keeping, like, you don't want nothing bad to follow you, like, you know.
So so what do you do though? Like you do like different days, right?
Yeah, so some days we do like a Melanin Monday, so we pick a few Melanin Ravers, and we do like a little back piece on my, like, let's get to know who you are, like what kind of music that you like, where you're from. So like if there's like a new raver, or like a raver who who goes to raves alone, they're like, oh, this person lives in my area, let's team up together. Oh, they like, this is a house music person, I want to vibe with her. Or, oh, she likes the headbang, I want to go and ride the rails with her. Like, so it's like we like to have that option where it's not just posting you at a festival, it's like getting to know you. Like,
nice.
So like it really helps out in that way, because a lot of people they either like get in relationships with another Melanin Raver. I hear that quite often. I hear that quite often a lot. Oh my God, thanks to you, and now I got a little rave babe. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What? And so that, and then like people are like establish really good bonds with another Melanin Raver. Like, there are people that just become bestest of friends. So like I want everyone to get to know, like, there's so many of us to know, but I just want to like try to get as much as I can, like, here, meet this one, like maybe like this person be like someone you want to vibe to, or like want to like trade music with, or, you know, like listen to my playlist, or, you know, like get to know, be friends, and, you know, so like I like doing that. And I love showing shufflers. Like I just love seeing people shuffle. So like if I find a black shuffler, I'm like, I want to post you. Can I post you? Like, hey, can I post you? So like it gives them that place where their talent, their skill, like even if they're candy making, they're like shuffler, they love to make clothes, or it gives them that like that platform, you know, like to be seen, like look at my work, like, you know, like so I'm a good, like people like, oh, I'm a shuffler, like boom, you know.
Okay, and so that's Melanin Mondays, right? Melanin
Mondays is like getting to know. Then we have like a shuffle time.
Shuffle
time. Yeah. So we used to do like a candy day, like show off your candy, like or your candy making skills. But we kind of start focusing on like your talent. So you're a flow artist or a shuffler. We would love to like push that out, like get to know them, and like Family Fridays is like one thing that we're doing now. Like if you're taking like a family member to a rave, or you rave with your cousin or whatever. Oh, wow. And so like that's something really cool, because like most family members, like, we don't want to go to that shit, like, you know what I mean, like, nah fam, I'm good. But like, so like see people like having family bonding over EDM, that's so cool. Like,
it's special.
Yeah, because like most black families are not like connected, or they're like, you know, not close, or like not in that type of sense, you know. Like they're not, how can I say this, like all right, it's like most of them are like, they kind of just vibe with other people versus like not a lot of family time, I should say. Like they just don't do that. Like like where I'm from, like we have our own like little cliques and stuff like that. So like seeing family like vibe out and spend time like that, it kind of is like really cool. Like especially like for EDM wise, it's just like,
I feel that. Yeah, like me personally, I'm very close with my family, but it took, you know, some time. But yeah, I guess I could see that like some black households, like they're more like the kids our generation, they usually like kind of chill out with their friends and stuff. They're not gonna bring their like mom and dad to a rave. Like,
right.
I understand that. Like my parents are just, they're weird. Like they're just like the 1 in a million type people that would be down to do some shit like that. Would your parents ever go to a rave with you?
Actually, my mom's looking forward to going to one.
Really?
Yeah, she was at first when I first started going to festivals, she was like, why would you go to that? Like, really? Really? It's so like, then Melanin Ravers started, that barrier started breaking down a little bit more. Like she actually like listening to house music when I'm in the car, because that's all I play. So she's like, she starts to get to like it. She's still like breaking. And now that Melanin Ravers is like in the place where it is right now, she's like, I want to go and see what this is all about. Her husband, like, we're gonna go with you when wanted to that's 81. Awesome. And so she's like, she's down. Like at first it took a little minute, but now she's like, I want to go. I want to see what this is all about. So who knows? You guys might be seeing my mom at a festival.
I was about to say Grandma
Melanin.
Yeah. I don't know if she want to be called that.
No, I don't know.
Mama times 2.
Yeah.
Mama .2 Melanin Raver.
Yes.
That's funny. Okay, so tell me, what are some of the challenges that you've faced? So you have your strategies. You just told me that. But what are some of the challenges you faced just as a moderator, as like an owner? Like, what have been some obstacles?
Sometimes getting a hold of people.
Okay.
That's the one thing I kind of noticed. Like, I've been reaching out, like, hey, can we like feature you? Because I always like to try to ask for permission before. Like, some people are very like, no, I don't want, like, they're like personal about that. So like, I try to like, hey, can we like feature you? Sometimes I don't get like, we don't get a response back. That's kind of like one thing, like trying to like always want to show like more and more people, different people all the time. Yeah. So like, I want to like not feature the same people over and over again. Granted, that's so easy to do because like they're so willing, but trying to get a hold of some people, that's one of my only like, like, please, I want to feature you, get back to me. Cause like, I'm all about having that consent.
Yeah.
Consent matters. Okay.
Right.
So like, I always want to make sure like it's okay to feature them. Yeah. Some people like, oh my God, you feature me. That's so great. Like, But if I don't see them in like our hashtags, I don't see them on our tag photos or anything like that, I like to go, like, if I'm like browsing in the middle of the night looking at like melanin, like people, black ravers at festivals, and that I don't know them or if we don't follow them, I'll be like, hey, can we feature you? So it's like that hard, that communication, trying to get a hold of them, like, hey, can we feature you? Like,
yeah,
come on, like, get featured. Like,
that's cool. That's what's up. Well, when you got, bringing it back to the EDM World Magazine, how was that? Like, how was that when Fifi came out and asked you to be influencer of the month?
Honestly, didn't even know I was an influencer of the month. I know she wanted to interview me for Melanin Ravers, but I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
because I sometimes don't see myself as an influencer. Okay. I just see myself as just a normal person, like showing my life. Like, even though I do work with a lot of brands, it's just me showing like I love these products. These are the, like, this company I'm loving. People like, you're such an influencer. It's like, what? Like, yeah. Me? Like, I'm just showing who I am and who I really am, like, online. So is this, I don't really see I'm just being me. So when people call me an influencer, I was just like, when I think of influencer, I don't really think of how I am. Like, who I am online is who I am in person. Right. And so some people are not like that. So like, when I think of an influencer, I don't think they're like who I actually am. Like, I'm not like someone like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, no, who I really am online is who I am in person. So like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to be called an influencer. I still take it as a compliment, but it's just like,
I feel that.
Yeah. But to be the first one, that's a huge honor. Cause like I said, I didn't know that was even like, that was happening. I think she would have just interviewed me just on behalf of Melanin Ravers. So like, for her to call me an influencer of the month and then being the first one, I thought that was really cool.
So what I'm assuming that it's influencer, because like when you go in the magazine, it says there's like different table of contents, and then they have like influencer, and then there's Melanin Ravers, but you're featured, you're the owner and creator, so obviously like influencer, and they only have one person a month, right? So influencer of the month. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, when I thought about it, like I thought she was just mostly trying to interview me behalf of Melanin Ravers, and then like we actually start talking. She wanted to get to know like me. I was like, what? Okay, like she just didn't want to just talk about just Melanin Ravers. She wanted to know who I am as a person, and I thought it was really cool because some people are like, no, we just want to know about Melanin Ravers. We don't like care about who you are. It was like,
I am Melanin Ravers.
What do you mean?
No, but there was this question that she asked, and I'm gonna steal it. Okay. But you guys should still read the damn article. It's good. But this is what she asked. Just finding my notes real quick. So she had asked, how do you feel about the lack of black artists in EDM, despite there being an entire genre called trap, which is based on hip-hop beats? And you had an answer, but I want you to elaborate on it.
I just feel like we have to fight a little bit more harder to get that recognition. But like, no, it's just... Do you mind repeating that question?
Yeah. How do you feel about the lack of black artists in EDM, despite there being an entire genre called trap, which is based on hip-hop beats?
To be honest, it kind of irritates me a lot, even though like these, not to fault on or talk crap about these DJs, they're really good DJs, but it's just like, we out here when we have to fight just as hard to get this spot. Like when you go to these festivals, you only see like a couple of black performers. Like,
right, if that. Like
there's like maybe one or two that she probably like, and they even still like they still have to work just as hard to get even more recognition than the other races. And it's like, why do we have to fight so hard? Like some of them are better than these DJs anyways, not to be shady or anything, but it's just like, we still have to fight hard to be on that platform, to be on the main stage, or even just to be like be heard, like our music to be heard. Like we have to like keep hustling just 10 times as hard. And it kind of like I always, if I could find a black DJ, I'm gonna support them hardcore, because like I said, we gotta fight as hard. So if I can get you a little bit more further, then I'm gonna do it. And it just like, it kind of just like, we always be the underdog.
Yeah.
You know, like we're like they're, even though they're so great and like they're freaking talented, it's just like they just have to work just as hard. Like if that, they gotta work 10 times as harder. That's to even just be a performing act, and they could be having millions of followers, and they could be hard, like, you know, they could be like very popular in the EDM community, but like to get on the main stage or even just to perform, like not be the opening acts like for a festival, like when nobody really is there, you know what I mean? I just feel like I don't understand why we have to work just as hard. I know that I understand like the music, like you have to like, you know, but it's just like some of them are like they already made a name for themselves, and
I understand what you're saying. It's interesting. It is frustrating because the music is black music.
Exactly.
You know, techno house, it comes from black people, gay black men, and it has its roots in our culture. Even the music that is played today is sampled from black music.
Yep.
So it's just very interesting to see like, you know, white Europeans making millions and millions of dollars, and or, you know, white Americans, whoever, like just making all this money creating the music that, you know, black people have,
right.
Black and brown people have created, and not see our people given an opportunity to make that wealth or to make that name for themselves. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I don't know about the politics of it. I don't know if we're moving towards that, because it seems kind of about the same as since I joined, which about like 6 years ago. So I don't know if like more black people are getting more recognized, but I do appreciate platforms like yours where you can actually promote black artists, black entrepreneurs. I know you post black owned businesses, yes, who like create rave clothes, and I thought that was really cool. Like I'm also curating a list of my own where I'm trying to compile like all of these like black owned businesses who, you know, actually
that caters to the festival life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who add value to this scene.
Yes.
And it just is what it is. I don't think that, and this isn't like a bashing to white people, because I don't think that for the most part, like for the goers, for the consumers, like nobody's like, oh, we don't like black DJs, or oh, you know, it's not like about, it's not about you guys. Like it's more so like the corporate heads, like
right,
the people who are like running the show, like that's who I feel like I have a beef with, and who needs to have a like, who needs to change it up and switch it up a bit.
Right.
I don't know. Hopefully, you know, in the future, maybe they see this podcast and
right, they'll be like, oh, we gotta change. We got black people. We gotta do some more stuff, man. Oh, they calling us out.
Hell no.
But yeah, that's the one thing that I really like. If I could find, I do try to like post like, it's so if I've stumbled across a black DJ and I post them, I try to get them to look like, hey, look at this DJ. He like, oh, he's a house DJ, or he's a dubstep DJ, or techno, or trance, or whatever. And I know for Black History Month, I did in February, it's right around the corner, so I'm going to curate another list of black DJs.
Oh, nice.
So that you guys can know, like, these are.
Yeah. I remember you did that last year, and I learned a lot about
like people like it was kind of funny because somebody didn't know that MK was a black DJ. I'm like, nope, that man is a black man.
Right.
And he's such an amazing DJ. So it's like,
there's a hardstyle DJ that is black. What's his name?
Oh my god, I think I know who he's talking about. But I can't his name. This is why this is important, because like we're drawing blinks.
We got somebody here. We have a third person here. You gotta look it up for me, babe. Who's that? He's a black hardstyle DJ, but we're gonna have our assistant look him up.
Shout out. She's actually the reason why Melanin Ravers is here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one right there.
What's her name?
My friend name is Anna. She goes by One Wild Child on Instagram. Follow her. She's my little love. She's my love bug. She's my rave day one bestie. Like literally, I met her on my first festival. Like we did a club crawl for EDC 2017.
Okay.
And I was there with my high school friend, and we just clicked. We was drunk, but we click, and we still friends to this day. Like she's a diehard friend. Like I go to her for everything. Like she supports me. She supports Melanin Ravers. Like I said, she's the reason, because we were like in 2018, we were in the car to go to EDC. It was our second EDC together, and she brought up this article to me about how a Black raver was like, there was like a news anchor at a festival. I can't remember which one. But the Black raver kind of basically interrupted the news anchor, like, no, you need to like focus on us. Like, there's Black ravers out here, right. You know, like, hey, why are you focusing on like these? Like, can you show like we're out here too? So she's like, you need to create a page like that. I was like, and that's where that self-doubt came from. I was like, ain't nobody gonna follow that page. Right. I'm probably gonna have like a couple hundred, if that. Right. That's probably the most. But I was like, no. She was like, she just kept on me that whole drive. She was like, you need to make that page. And we were like going back and forth. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna follow it. So then I was like, well, if I do make this page, it's gonna be called Melanin Ravers, because when you think about melanin, you think about rich color, beautiful rich color. Exactly. So she's the reason why. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'll bring that up because, like I said, if it wasn't for her being put in my path, Melanin Ravers would not have existed.
Well, she seems like a really good friend, but is she a good assistant? Miss Anna, what's up with that name? She's terrible. She's fired. No, I'm just playing. But that's awesome. Yeah. I think it's really important to have friends in the scene, people to have your back. I mean, the scene is all love anyway, but it's important to have those like close-knit connections with people. So, your Rave family, you know?
Yeah, that's my Rave. She's Rave fam.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So now moving on, let's talk about this event that we're at right now. Because we're in a different scene. I mean, we're recording this. Obviously, this is audio for people who are listening. But we also record it for YouTube. So I'm sure everybody can see that we're in a different setting. We're not in my house. So what's up with your hardstyle likes? Like, who is your favorite DJ? Because because they don't know. We're in LA right now. We're like really fancy. Mm-hmm. We're going to Wasteland.
Yes.
Bitches. This is my first year. Is this your first year?
It is my first year.
Okay, this is our first year, bitches. And I just want to know, who are your favorite DJs? Who are you excited to see tonight?
I'm really excited to see DJ Isaac.
Okay.
Radical Redemption.
Me too.
Sub-Zero Project.
As in
I believe Wasted Penguins playing on Saturday as well. I came across Radical Redemption first. Okay. Like just being because I was really into, like, when I first started in the rave scene, I was like really into like club misses, like whenever you go to the club, and like I was really into that. And then it got to the dubstep and stuff like that. I was really more focused on that, but when I started going to more stages and people started recommending all these songs, I started getting into more like house and techno and trance. So I became more open-minded. It's just like, I just love, and then hardstyle just hit different one day. Yeah. It came on shuffle. I was like, what? This? Whoa. It was a Radical Redemption. And like, I was like, what the heck is this? Oh my God. And like, it just brought a
tear to your eye.
Yeah. It just like, whoa, it changed my life. So like, just to go to this, go to Wasteland and then just hear nothing but hardstyle. It's just like, I'm so excited. I'm just like,
I'm excited too, because nobody ever wants to fucking listen to hardstyle.
But wait, who are you excited to see then?
The same motherfuckers you said. It ain't that many people.
And then there's not that many people, but it's still like that room to see other people that you've never heard of too. Yeah. So that's one thing that I really love to do, is like try to, like, if I'm at a festival or out at an event or something, I like to, if it's someone I never heard of, even though they're in the same subgenre that I'm like loving, I still want to like get to like hear their music, see how they like. Maybe I will fall in love with their stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So like I like to give the people that I never heard of a chance, and like let me go to the stage. I really want to hear what that person is playing. Or I'm like really huge on opening acts as well, like the supporting acts of bigger names, like if they're on like on tour or something, and they have like those supporting acts. I because some of them are like bomb, like they're great, and so like it gives me a chance to broaden my artistry. So maybe I'll fall in love with someone that I haven't heard before tonight and be like, oh, I'm gonna be listening to this person all the time. So like that's one thing I kind of like. I tell people is like be open minded. If it's somebody that you never heard of,
yeah, definitely
give it a chance. Just give it a chance because like I said, hardstyle was like came across and it was like, whoa, I like this. I like this. And it was like something I probably like and would never seek out for myself. Even though like most dubstep people do throw in some hardstyle in there this a little bit.
Yeah, they throw a little flavor.
Yeah, a little bit. They call it hard trap.
They call it hard trap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Say My Name, he does a lot of hardstyle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Well, I am excited for all the same people you said. I just hope that it goes well tonight because, you know, I fucked up my toe. And I got these big ass platforms I'm wearing, so I just...
The things that us ladies go through. Platforms ain't no joke.
It's showing. But I'm just happy that I'm going with you. I think it's going to be good vibes. Like, I didn't even know that Wasteland was going on
until I told you about it.
Yeah, I saw your...
Because I knew you were like...
story.
You are like... That's the one thing I know about you. Like, you are diehard for hardstyle. So I was like, we were talking. I was like, yeah, I'm going to Wasteland. It's like hard music. And you're like, wait, what?
Like, Wasteland?
What?
January?
Yeah, what? I was like, she's like, I'm going to go. I was like, oh, okay, let's do it.
Hell yeah. I bought the fucking ticket like right then and there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super excited. And I'm happy it's in LA because I think the other time it was in San Bernardino. And that's a motherfucking drive. I don't know if I would have been prepared for that. I think this is the first place. I was talking to somebody on Instagram.
Yeah, because it was like
it was here originally. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. So moving on, let's talk about future goals.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see? Where do you see Melanin Ravers in 5-10 years?
I want Melanin Ravers to be a household name for the EDM community. I am hoping to have a website up, and like I really wanted to just focus on Black EDM music, Black ravers, Black DJs. So they're like Say My Name came out with a fire hit. We're gonna post about that, or if we stumble across a Black DJ, we're gonna like do like a article on them, like trying to get that, like get them seen. So if you wanna, and like anything EDM related, that's for like either they're a Black DJ, a Black raver, a Black fashion designer, you're gonna find it at Melanin Ravers, like on their website. And like, so you want to shop Black for a rave outfit, you can go to Melanin Ravers, and then there will be a session where you can find like buy Black, and then you'll see like, oh, like I said, headbang and rib wear, anything that would be like for Black owned business, Valley of Babes. And there's so many that I'm coming across, and it's like I'm instantly drawing the blank because there's so many like I have little notes everywhere, like I save them and I keep in contact with them at all times, like, hey, I really want you to be like on my website so that you can get that recognition that you deserve. So, and they're smaller businesses as well, because I love working with smaller businesses, and they kind of like, because they take care of their customers. Yeah,
that's true.
Like they're like, oh, we want to make something that makes sure it fits you, and like, but it's like hard for Black owned business to stay afloat and like be like in a good place. And is this
because of money?
That, and it's like the opportunity. So like, and that still comes with something that I was always been taught: support your own, because it's so hard for us, like no matter what. So if I could find a black rave company, I'm gonna be on you. Like, I'm gonna be on you. Like, hey, let's work together. Like, I love what you do. I'm gonna support you. One thing I don't ever do, I don't ever ask for discounts. Like, I'll be like, I wanna support you as much as possible. Yeah, some people do, like, oh my God, I love what you do. Can I send you something? And like, I will still promote you. I will still go and like, even if you sent me something for free, I'm gonna go back and pay full price for something, because I don't ever ask. I don't ask for handouts like that. Like, no, that's not me. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna support you full. Like, you have my full support. I never like, so like, I'll be like, I'm gonna support, and I got a spending habit. So when I say I'm gonna go hard, I really mean that, because my bank be calling like, ma'am, you sure you spent all this money? So yeah, like, that's one thing. Like, I just make sure, like, I even got a full outfit for a festival that was made by a black owned business, and that like really sat well with me, because it's like, people are like, oh my God, where you got your outfit from? I'm like, well. So like, and then it gets their stuff to be seen, and then like, it's like, I just feel like, even if it's the drop of water in like the ocean, I feel like I'm still contributing to something.
Yeah.
So.
No, I feel that. And every drop of water count. You know, eventually it's going to add up to a full glass of water. Nah.
Yep.
But for real though, like, I think that that's awesome. Like, having your own website where, you know, everybody can just be directed. It's like a one-stop shop. Like, because the Instagram is already a lot. It's added so much value. And also you have your Facebook group too.
Yes.
I'm a part of that. I look and I read, and it's really positive, and it's a way for everybody to just be able to find like commonality and like just feel like actual support, any like problems that they're having. It's just not that they can't find it in other like rave groups, but it's just that with the Melanin Rave group, it's a different vibe, because people come from the same cultural background,
right,
and usually have the similar experiences, so it's just easier to, you know.
Yeah, so like, say there was an instance where a black raver was in a group and was like, hey, she was just venting about how she was like, another raver came up and touched her hair without her permission, and like,
that's a no, white people. That's a no.
That's a hell no. That's, you better get smacked. No, but no, like, seriously. And it's like, if you don't have that consent to touch somebody, please don't.
Right.
Like, I don't care what race you are, you can get these hands. These hands are rated E for everyone, because
so
like,
stupid.
I'm serious, and it really just annoys. It just gets on my nerves. Like, people just touch people without their consent, because that happened to me, and it's like, it wasn't cool, and I got angry, and like, I had to defend myself.
Yeah.
And so when she came to the group, because she knew that was a safe place for her to talk as a black woman, not just a raver, but a black woman, say, hey, my hair was touched and I don't like that.
Yeah.
And because some people like, it's just hair, but like, no, it's my hair, and my hair is not like something that you could just touch. Right. It's not like, granted, our beautiful natural hair is beautiful. It's amazing. Right. That doesn't give you the right to touch our hair. I don't even care if we have our hair in like a beautiful weave, a colorful hair color, or what. That don't give you no right to touch somebody without their permission or that knowledge. So some people just walk up behind you without even knowing that you're they're there, and they start touching you. That's how you get smacked. That's how that happened to me once, and I smacked somebody because I didn't know they were behind me, and like, they was like, oh, I just wanted to touch your hair. It's like, but you didn't have my permission. That don't know my intention.
Yeah, I think that's it's very rude. I've had it happen to me before too. I never smacked nobody though.
It's just a reflex. It's a reflex. Like, don't touch me.
But yeah, like that shit's crazy, and it makes you kind of feel like. It makes you feel kind of like a dog. I feel like a damn like pet, like when my hair is touched, and you know, that don't feel
and it's
good.
Not like it's like
I'm an
like
animal.
They get up in your hair. They be like, is this real? Like,
yeah, like that's fucked up. Like, I ain't never had nobody like digging my shit. Like,
I had someone like, they did that to me. Granted, I was wearing a wig, but like, that's that don't mean that don't mean nothing. But she like was like touching, like she was not like digging into my hair, but she was like touching, like
she was feeling
she was feeling something. So when she felt the trash, she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, that's what you get for not That's what you get. Don't touch my hair. Like my hair is not something like you didn't pay for this hair. Don't touch it.
She keep
Don't touch
the mic,
it.
y'all.
I'm sorry.
Don't touch the mic. No, just
Wow. Okay.
no, but for real, though, G, like that shit's wild. I've never seen nobody like
People are this
like digging for tracks. I ain't never seen that. That'd be a little bit much, but yeah. More the story is, y'all,
have consent.
just don't touch people's, especially black people's hair without
Especially
their
me. If you
permission.
see me, you might as well. Nope. I ain't gonna touch her, man. She gonna smack the crap out of me.
Right. That's crazy. Well, shit. I'm really happy that you came on to the show. I think we covered a lot of grounds. And do you have anything coming up? Anything merch or any new shows that Melanin Ravers are going to? Any new meetups?
So yes, to merch, we're gonna start working with some small companies, to kind of create some merch. And also I really want to curate like collections for Melanin Ravers. So like any artists that like graphic designs or anything like that, I want to commission and like have like a little collection, like a limited edition.
Nice.
And like this is their artwork of how they either interpret Melanin Ravers as a logo or like of a raver or whatever. I just want to do like a little, I thought it would be really cool to do like limited collections as well as doing like, you know, the general merch, but I have that like a limited edition. This artist created something like buy like the t-shirt, the hat, or the bag or whatever, or like that's the art piece or something like that way they get their art out. Melanin Ravers is out there. So I really want to focus on that. That's kind of one of my goals, is kind of like start that. As far as events, I am going to be at Ultra in Miami. I'm gonna go. My bank is gonna be calling me as soon as that payment go through, cause child. EDC Las Vegas, obviously you would not, like, unless something happened to me, I will always be at EDC Las Vegas. EDC Las Vegas is home. Is where Melanin Ravers was created. So every year from now on at EDC Las Vegas is Melanin Ravers' birthday. So Melanin Ravers be turning 2 during EDC Las Vegas.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Like, yeah, so EDC, like, that's what you will always find me at EDC Las Vegas, unless, you know, something happened. But other than that, if I'm even when I'm 6 feet under, I will be buried at the racetrack.
You stupid.
I'm gonna be at the speedway, be like, y'all just pour a 40 for me, like go to the site and just like pour it out one, like Mama Melanin,
rest in peace.
But yeah,
rest in play.
This year is actually gonna be like a stack year for me. So like, obviously we're here for Wasteland. Yeah. There's gonna be EDC Las Vegas, EZoo, Lost Lands. I'm going to really try hard to do Lost Lands. EDC Orlando, Dream State. I want to do like a Christmas or a New Year's Eve one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year Melanin Ravers, we're gonna be everywhere. We're gonna even have some takeovers for festivals that we probably just all can't get to or something like that. But usually I like if I personally not there or any of my admins are not going to be there, because there's so many festivals. Like the more for all the new ravers that like, you know, like be like, oh, I want to go to EDC. Trust me, there's like 10 festivals surrounding that date, like either before or after or even the same weekend. Right. Festivals are happening all over, so it's so hard for everybody like to attend or like
all of them.
Yeah, like to like for especially for me, because I work and I'm in school, so like I can't like get to all these festivals. So if I could find someone, or even if one that I don't even know of, like so there's something new or something that I probably just flew under my news or whatever. It's just so many festivals. It's like so hard. So like this is what this festival in this state or this city or whatever, right. This vibe that it gives. So I'm trying to get to the big ones, like the more. I feel you. So like,
will you still throw any meetups if you're not there?
Yes. So if one of my admins are going to be there, or my co-creator Jasmine, they usually would hold a meetup.
Okay.
If someone doing a takeover, they would say, hey, like we'll curate, like, hey, how about once that festival, the map comes out, we were like, hey, what thinks best fits your schedule? Like if it's somebody that you're not really like trying to see, like you want to hold a meetup right there or nice. At this location or whatever. So I always try to like anything that Melanin Ravers attached to for a festival, I would always try to do a meetup. Mm-hmm. So that just to see those beautiful photos of this Black Ravers.
Yeah.
I saw one from when my admin, before she became an admin, Candy Diva did a takeover, I think last year, the year before last. She did one for Wobbleland in San Francisco, I believe.
I remember.
And I cried because that was the most that at that time it was like every time we see like a couple, like 1 or 2 or 3 like Black Ravens in one photo, but she had about like 10-15 in one photo. I was just like, I cried.
Awesome.
I was like, wow, like they came to the meetup and it was just so beautiful. It was like, so like seeing that, it makes like people like, oh my God, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So like, and then it's so cool because that's a way to meet other Melanin Ravers as well. And I love to do meetups because I get to see the face behind the Instagram page. Because sometimes I see so many faces. I'm just like, that's to actually get to know you is like great. Like this, like I see you on internet all the time. Like no, you know, and we even though we talk like this is like actually gets to connect with you in person is like totally different than talking online.
Yeah.
So like, it's just so great to meet someone in person. So that's why I'm like, oh, I finally been hounding you down to be put on Melanin Ravers. I finally get to see the person behind it. It's like, you know, so it's like that's why the meetups mean so much to me. So if I can like, if I'm there, or if anybody there, like a lot of people, even the ones that we're not going to. In the Facebook group, they're like, hey, are you guys going to this festival? Let's meet up. And then they'll create a little meetup. And if we can, we'll try to post about it. Like, hey, there's this Melanin Raver meetup is going to be happening. Go attend, meet some of your own, like, of your own people. So there's always meetups happening. Like, so if, for those who are listening and watching, if you want to join the Facebook group, which is more easier because you get to know them on a personal level versus like, you know, on Instagram, because you just see them and then you like, some people don't want to follow each other back and, you know, feelings get hurt, you know, so the Facebook group is a really good way to actually meet other ravers instead of like, because you end up asking us like, hey, are they going to be a meetup like on Instagram? Like, hey, they're going to be up at this location, and it's like something that we're not even going to. So they're like, I don't know, let's see. And then I'll legit would go into the group and like, is there a meetup going on? Or like, hey guys. So the Facebook group is like for meetups and stuff like that. That's like the best way is to go into the Melanin Ravers group, because this Melanin Ravers on Facebook. There's security questions because we want you to understand this group is all about positivity, because we don't play that. We want to like, we don't want no drama. We don't want nobody like bickering and fighting, starting drama, fighting or whatever, you know. So like, it's a group of love.
Yeah,
it's a group of love, and we want to keep it that way. So like, we want you to understand, like, when you into this group, you can get out just as fast, because if you come, I'm saying we have to do that to some people, because like some people just love to stir the pot. Like, there's no matter what race you are, like people just love to stir the pot, and that's not like, I just want to like keep it in a positive light.
And other races can join the group, right?
Yeah, so long as you like, I have admins that will like watch that page like a hawk for me. And as long as you truly support Melanin Ravers, because there are some nosy people like, oh, what's this group is about? What's this about? And they try to get in, and then it causes a wreck, and then, you know, we just want to make sure like you actually support what Melanin Ravers stand for.
You're not a spy.
You're not a spy
for the man. No,
you're not no snitch. We don't want to come find you at the festival. Be like, we got to gang up on you.
Nah, but that's cool. I think that's cool that you, because I was there. I was on the page a few days ago, and I saw it was a white man. I was like, oh, okay, like, and he was just being cool. Like, he was just there. Like, he was
like,
invited
I fuck with y'all cool people,
right? He was invited to the cookout. Like, it was decent. So I think that's really awesome. Well, I'm super excited to be going to this rave with you. I'm really happy to have you on the show. Is there any final words that you'd like to sign off with? Any advice to any Melanin Ravers out there?
My one thing I want to say is, you're not alone. I say that because I felt alone even before the EDM community. People see you They see you, and you're not alone. You're valued, you're treasured, and you're loved. I don't care what walk of life you're coming from. Just know that. And when I say that, I meant that. Like when there's a video of me from EDC Orlando, and I was explaining to them because all the candy that I made it when I was in a really dark place because my dad passed over the summer, and that was the way for me to heal because I knew like that somebody would treasure that. And when I spoke to them at the Ravers at the meetup, it's like, you guys are loved, you guys are treasured, and I mean that. Like when I say I love you, and I'm not saying that just to say it. My words mean something. Like I value you. If you don't think nobody value you, be like, nah, Mama Melanin value you. Like she gonna be mad if I'm saying things like, no, like I will remind you constantly. That's what Melanin Ravers is like, constantly reminding you that you're loved, you're treasured, you're valued. Like we see you, like you're not invisible. And that's the one thing that I treasure, even in my personal life with my friends, anybody that I come across. I see you, and you're valued, like you're treasured, you're loved, you're appreciated. No matter if you're having a dark day, just remember that. Like that's the one thing like I can always say is that you're loved, you're treasured, you're appreciative. It's just like just to hear those words, it really just heals you. Yeah. To have someone say that to me when I was going through really dark time, it's like, hey girl, hey queen, fish your crown, you're loved. We see you. Like just to hear that and have somebody be in your corner, that means so much. It means so much. Not even just to me, just to everyone. Just to have somebody like, if you don't think nobody's in your corner, just remember Melanin Ravers, Mama Melanin. She's in your corner. She's rooting for you. Like, if you don't think nobody there, trust me, I'm right there being a little creeper in the corner. Like, hey girl, hey king, hey queen.
For sure. I
see you. I love you. Like, nah. But I want to say thank you to all the people who has been supporting Melanin Ravers, to the Melanin Ravers that's going to be following after this podcast debut. I want to say thank you to even everybody, Melanin Ravers, white ravers, every raver who fuss with Melanin Ravers. I want to say thank you because you guys keep me going. You guys really just literally keep me going. Melanin Ravers saved me a lot, like from a lot of dark days. So I want to say thank you because you guys saw something that needed to be seen, and y'all fuck with it hard. Like y'all fuck with it hard sometimes more than I do. And like y'all are diehards, and I can't thank y'all enough because y'all it's just like I can't even put it in good words how much I think every raver that like, even if it's someone they just meet me or they just love the fact that Melanin Ravers even exists, that support, I can't thank them enough because you didn't have to, but you did. And I appreciate that. And like with my walk of life, it's hard to appreciate things, but when you do, it's great. Like you can't fight that feeling. So yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for having me here. Sure. If you want to follow me, because I'm lacking followers. I mean, I'm just saying Melanin Ravers got more followers than I do. But if you want to follow me, my Instagram is Gaia S Nail, Gaia GAEAX, like the letter X. Ooh. Wow, I'm trying to tell you, I get like choked up. Oh my God. But my Instagram is Gaia S Nail, GAEAX, like X-ray, NELLE. You can follow me there. So I mean,
for sure.
If you can't remember that, let's go to Melanin Ravers. My handle is right there in the bio. Let's go and press that follow. Get my followers up.
Would y'all please follow this bitch, please? Please.
But yeah, if you can't get a hold of me on Melanin Ravers, that's the next way to get a hold of me because like I'm always either a one or the other. Yeah. So yeah, hit me up. Even if you just want to meet me at a rave, you just want to meet in person because I do live in Tampa. For my Florida ravers or anybody who like coming to Florida, like, hey girl, I want to come rave with you. I'm like, let's go, let's do this. If you just even want to meet me for lunch, or if we at a festival or we're in the same area, whatever, you can always just hit me up. I'm always down to meet people. I'm like, there's no Mama Melanin is always down for the turn up.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much for being on here. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. You were a blast. And let's go rave. I'm super
ready
super
to
ready to
go.
rave. All right, guys. If you would like to be on the show or you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email me at plurpodcast@givemeplur.com. Social media, Give Me Plur on everything. And I really, really, really want you guys to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That way the podcast can be more discoverable. It would just take you like 1 or 2 minutes. It wouldn't take you that long. So guys, make sure you are supporting the podcast because we love you and we work hard every day to give you content every week. All right, guys, peace, love, unity, respect. Give Me Plur out.
All nice and homey.
Okay. I'm probably gonna sit on that side. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I always sit on that side of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, bitch, I have to be over there. No.
That's fine.
I always sit on that side, actually.
And it was funny because I'm like, man, I think that's like my right side is my best side.
So,
So it worked out okay. Yeah.
okay, here we go. What are you doing? Put it in socks.
Yeah. Don't come for me.
Nah, I was just playing. Like ashy little ankles. Here we go.
I get cold, okay? Like my feet get cold and
I do
I'm
too.
comfortable, so.
See, my feet get cold too, but I don't feel them. They just be cold. I don't feel them until I be up in the bed.
Yeah.
And I put them on my legs. And I'm like, ooh, my
That
feet
shock.
cold. Like, oh, shit. I love putting them on my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Just
That's
fucking his whole world up. He just real comfortable. We all naked and close, and then cold ass foot. Fuck his world up. Okay.
Don't you dare like go without like getting like an updated pedicure and scratch the fuck out of him.
Shit, that's him. Him and his crusty feet.
Ugh.
We're not gonna talk about it. Okay. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the P.L.U.R podcast. It's your girl, Give Me P.L.U.R. I'm here with Miss Beautiful Serena Harris. Do you want me to say your last name?
That's fine.
Okay. Some people don't like me say their government name. Serena Harris, and she is the owner, creator, founder of Melanin Ravers. And this is just a test. We're just testing it out. We're seeing how it's going to be. We're actually going to be a little more loosey-goosey when we come back to do the interview because we're going to get some drinks.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little loose.
We're gonna get turned.
A little
It's
too
the turn
loose.
P.L.U.R class.
No. The P.L.U.R I like that. I'm so lame. The P.L.U.R podcast.
The special edition.
Hell yeah. I like that. Okay, so let's just check it out. I think it's good.